So hi, welcome to the Noise Podcast. Here with Bonnie from Stand Atlantic. We're gonna answer some questions today. I'm gonna start. So, what inspired the creation of the band, and what does the band name mean?
The band name story is probably the most uninteresting thing about this band. So it happened like years ago before anything even like cool happened to us. I was on a bus, and we were playing around with the idea of like Atlantic, and the we had the idea of Atlantic Falls, and I was on the bus and I was like, that sounds too emo. What's the opposite of fall? Is it stand? And then I was like, okay, Atlantic stand sounds weird, so we'll put it on the front and say Stand Atlantic. And now I wish we didn't have that name at all, and I really hate it.
Ouch.
Oh,
Ouch. Damn.
sad.
Anyway, that's yeah. What was the other part of that question? Sorry.
Like the creation of the band, how'd that happen?
Um, it's a weird story because we've had so many like lineup changes, I guess. But in a nutshell, we all went to the same music school, but never talked to each other and didn't know each other until after we finished and like the band was together, and then we realized we all went to the same school. Isn't that just weird?
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Oh my
I know.
God.
So yeah, so Jono, me and Potter were in a band already, and then we decided to like change the name and start Stand Atlantic. And then we needed a drummer, and I was actually, because I was mates with Mickey, I was on a train going to a random football match with him. I don't watch soccer or football. I don't know why I was going to this game, but anyway, I was talking to Mickey and I was like, yeah, this dude Jono like keeps following me on it, like liking all my photos on Instagram. I have no idea who the heck this guy is. Like, do you know him? He drums though. And then Mickey was like, yeah, he's a cool guy. Like, you should hit him up because you guys need a drummer. And I was like, true. Okay. So hit him up. And then he joined the band. So random. And then a little while later, we needed someone to come overseas and tour with us, like on bass. And we just got Mickey to do it. And then he joined the band eventually. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. So congrats on your newest release, Pink Elephant. How do you
Thank
feel about
you.
the response to it so far?
Very, very overwhelming. Like, we expected to get more hate or something than we
What?
did. Or not hate, but like you never know how things are going to go. Like, we weren't sure whether it was too much change for people or not. Like, you never know. And also, given COVID, like, just had no idea whether people were even going to care.
Mhm.
So the fact that it's done as well as it has just like astounded us, and we're so grateful. It's insane.
Oh,
Well, to add on to the positive feedback, not the hate, I seriously think it might be my album of the year.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
So when I
Thank
got the
you.
when I got the interview, I was like, "Holy shit, this is my album of the year right here."
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks,
yeah.
man.
So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for that record?
It was a lot different to Skinny Dipping. Skinny Dipping was like, we had 3 weeks, and we wrote it all in 3 weeks, and that was it, because that was the only time we could like set aside between touring and whatever. But Pink Elephant there was some blocks of time just here and there that we had to like weave it in and out of our schedule. So it was very weird for that regard. And some of the songs were written in LA, and then some were written like on the edge of a friggin' cliff in Bondi in Sydney. And then some were written in our producer's bedroom, and some were written in the studio. Like, it was just all over the place. So
Yeah.
I guess that was how it was different. I think also we were very, very a lot more experimental with this album. Like, we were much more open to like different ideas and like trying something new, whereas Skinny Dipping, we kind of just stuck to the core sound that we had already, and we didn't want to like fuck with that too much. So yeah, with this album we just kind of came in all guns blazing and was just like, let's fuck it up.
Yeah. Awesome. So where's your headspace while creating Pink Elephant?
I just so severely didn't want to have a sophomore slump. I was like, this is not going to happen to us. We're not going to do it. So we just went about like trying to create songs that even without the bells and whistles, they're still good songs. And I think that's always been our ethos, is like, if a song can like still be as catchy and as good, if like with a guitar that has one string and a vocal melody, then like it doesn't matter what you do it, or like what you do it like, or how you dress it up, it'll still be a good song because the core of it is there. So yeah, I think that was our headspace, I guess. We were just kind of like, let's just write some good songs and fuck with them later, kind of thing.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So what band or artist influences do you think you can hear the most on this record?
Oh, good question. I don't know. I think we all listen to like that kind of electronic pop or indie, like that kind of thing. For the record, I can't really remember, to be honest. I feel like what I'm listening to changes all the time. Black Bear has always been someone I've like thought just writes the best hooks ever.
Yeah.
Even like before we wrote Sidewinder, I was like jamming to him, and like he's always been like a massive influence, I think, in terms of sounds and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, quite a lot of heavier bands as well. I just think we're so all over the place with what we listen to that somehow we manage to mesh it all together into this weird concoction that is our band.
Yeah, I think I can definitely tell it's heavier than your last record, so those heavier influences are definitely seeping in.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I guess we just like to fuck with people.
I love it. I don't know. I'm all here for it.
Hell yeah.
So I have a double question here. Is there any meaning behind the name Pink Elephant? And is there anything like a meaning behind the cover art?
The cover art is... Okay, I'll start with the meaning first. So Pink Elephant, essentially, I wouldn't say it's a concept album, but there are definitely like there's a theme and like some kind of thing that we're trying to talk about in the album, which is, it's like the two ideas of, you know, the saying like there's the elephant in the room, like addressing the elephant in the room, and then there's also this idea of what Pink Elephant usually is like, the context that is usually used in, which is like referring to having like some kind of out of body experience, and like you're tripping on something, and people reference it a lot when they're like on acid or whatever the fuck. So it's like this like alternate reality. So blending those two ideas, it was like I was going through a time where I was putting off conversations that I really needed to have, and like there were really important things that I needed to say to people, and I was putting it off, and until you like start addressing these like elephants in the room, or whatever you want to call them, like your problems, whatever, until you start addressing them, like they're not going to go away, they're going to morph into something else. So I just wanted to touch on the fact that like it's important to open up and like tell people what you're going through or what you need to say, because you can get to a point where like it's just you ruminating in your head over and over. You're not letting the universe like deal with it, you're dealing with it only. And it can morph itself into something else, which is where the Pink Elephant side kind of comes into it. Like you can turn it into a problem that is so far from what it was originally, just because you haven't expressed it, you haven't talked about it, you're just like dealing with it yourself. So in a nutshell, that's what that is.
Okay.
Wow.
And then the artwork, like, I guess it was kind of the concept of having the elephant as like the person's brain. So it's like your problems in your head that you're not addressing, which I always forget
Man.
how fucking cute it actually is when you look. Oh, hello?
Oh, hello?
Oh no.
Oh, wait.
Australia's internet sucks.
It's okay.
We're back.
It's okay. Yeah, we're good.
All right. Did you miss anything? Do I need to repeat myself? Or?
You said it's so cute, and then it cut off.
Oh yeah, that's kind of irrelevant. It was just the elephant on the cover is so cute, and I always forget how cute it is when you look at its little face, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So, keeping on the train of meanings, evil Igo, it's a made-up word. What the fuck? That's all I have to say. Like, what the fuck? How'd you come up with that? Can you tell us if you have a meaning behind it, or is this going to stay a secret?
I think I'll keep it a secret for now. I just think it's really fun, like watching people like try and figure it out, or like I love it when they're really angry at me for not saying what it
Okay.
is.
All right.
Fair.
I
I
feed
figured
off
I'd
that
try.
shit.
I saw it on
Yeah.
Twitter, but I was like, I gotta try. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Nah. I can tell you like about the song though. It's like it's a made up song about like having a crush on someone so hard that you want to stalk them and like wear their skin to a point where like it's quite fucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So the whole concept is made up. So therefore, the word will remain a mystery for now. Maybe one day I'll reveal.
Maybe one
Okay,
day. All right. So what song on the record took the longest to write, and do you have a favorite off of the record?
The one that took the longest, I would say, was I think Wavelength, because there's no joke, probably about like 30 versions of Wavelength that we like.
Jesus.
Maybe not 30, but there was a
Okay.
lot. There was
Okay.
a lot of different versions where like the chorus was completely different, or like we changed the groove and like just all this shit. So that one took ages. It wasn't, I think it was like the last song we ended up finishing because yeah, it was just taking ages. That and also Soap, the chorus of that was a freaking nightmare. My favorite song on the record, I think it changes all the time, but I think it's Silk and Satin just because
Taste.
thank you.
Taste.
God damn it, justice for Silk and Satin.
I agree.
Yeah, I just think it's something that we've never done before, and I just thought it was really like fun to create it because originally it was going to be on Skinny Dipping and it was like the full-on rock song, and it didn't fit on Skinny Dipping, and we still liked the riff and what the song was about and like the melodies and everything, so we were just like, let's just strip it back and do something completely different that we've never done. And Potter was just like, why don't we make it a SoundCloud rap song? We were like, done, let's do it.
Easy.
It's
So
definitely-
easy.
Definitely an interesting track to listen to.
Yeah.
Wait, so you said you had like, okay, you were exaggerating, but like 30 versions of Wavelength.
Yeah.
Would you ever like drop them or hide them somewhere on the internet just for like somebody to find?
Probably not because they're all bad.
Oh, are you sure? Is that just you saying that, or they actually like?
I don't know. I can't trust my own opinion, but I think maybe one day I will, just for fun.
Like a
or like
little
snippet
Easter
of
egg?
it. Yeah, I might do it. Thank you
Okay.
for the idea. I'll steal it.
Just,
Please.
no need to credit us. Just take
No
our
credit.
idea.
Yeah, just take it. Yeah. So I want you to imagine with me real quick. Imagine that somehow, some way, somebody is listening to this and hasn't heard any of your music or this album. I want you to describe Pink Elephant in 3 words.
Oh, Jesus. Just go listen.
I like that. I agree.
Perfect. Simple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I don't know. I couldn't. It's eclectic. Eclectic, fun, and this good.
Eclectic, fun, and good. All right.
Wonderful. I think it to a T. Wonderful.
Thanks.
So we're gonna go back to last summer when concerts were still a thing. You guys got to
Yeah.
play the first head Summerfest. Can you tell me how that
Yeah.
happened and what that experience was like?
It was the best tour we've ever done. Still, I think we always reminisce about it. Just the vibes were high. We had White Claws on our rider every day. It was the first time we'd ever tried White Claw. We were bright and beaming. It was just one of the best tours we've ever done. It was sick. It was like we'd never done Warped Tour or been to Warped Tour or anything like that. It was something we always wanted to do. And then, of course, like the year that we probably would have got like an offer, it decided to like cancel
Cease to
itself.
exist. Yeah.
Yep. So to do Sad Summer was like kind of our way of like doing Warped Tour in a way, even though it's obviously much smaller and everything. But we just got on with all the bands really well. And everyone was just so happy to be there because it's summer and everyone's just like having a good time. And yeah, it was really cool. I really wish we could do the second one as well because the lineup's dope.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
good.
I was at the one in New Jersey. I unfortunately missed your set though. Because that was the one where
That's what
like
they
the
all
weather.
say, bro.
No, the weather got all fucked up, and then I just missed it.
Nah, fair
So,
enough. That's
yeah.
all good. Hopefully next time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely. So you guys recently did a like a version session. How did that
Mhm.
happen, and what was that experience like?
Oh god, hang on. I had like a weird burp hiccup. And it didn't even like come out.
That's the worst.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, like a version. We got hit up about it ages ago and we weren't able to do it. And then we were like, oh no. And then they hit us up again and we were like, oh, we can do it now. So they just told us to like pick a song to cover, and we're fully aware of like a version, and it's for Australians, it's kind of like when BBC One do the live lounge thing.
Mhm.
It's like the Australian equivalent of that. So it was
Oh.
a super big deal for us anyway. And we were like, okay, we can't fuck this up. Pick a good song. So we picked a good song. And then, yeah, it was super nerve-wracking. I had to wake up so early to do it. We practiced our butts off, and it seemed like people really liked it. So that was good. Considering I woke up at like 6 a.m. and sung it at about 8.
Jesus.
The reaction
Cool.
was insane. I keep on thinking about that one video of the guy that was screaming while the cover was playing on the radio.
It
I
was the
love
most
that video.
unexpected thing. It was so funny. The best. I love that.
So when live shows are a thing again, what 3 songs are you looking forward to playing off this record?
We played Wavelength in London before COVID hit, so that was awesome, but no one knew what it was, so I can't even imagine what it would be like now that people like know it, so I'm really excited to play that. Silk and Satin, and what else? I think I'm excited to play Blurry as well.
Taste.
Yeah.
All right.
So where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
Where I see it and where I want it to be are 2 different things. And yeah, I hope that we're like selling out massive venues and we've made like some kind of an impact with people, and we've like set ourselves. Can you hear that?
Yes, kind of.
So
So my mum, like, I don't know what the fuck she's doing with the floor. She has this like roller thing and she's just rolling it. Anyway, sorry.
Like a noise.
It sounds like my house is like crumbling.
that'd be a twist.
Yeah. What the heck was I saying?
Something about selling out massive stadiums or
Making an
Yeah.
impact. Yeah.
Well, stadiums I think is a bit of a stretch, but like I'd like to be selling out like decent venues at least. But yeah, I just hope that we've made some kind of an impact and set ourselves up so that we can have a long career and not just like a short big one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So for the last couple questions, we're going to shift away from music and go straight to death row. So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
I've thought about this so much.
You have.
That's always the scariest when people are like,
But
I thought about this.
I still am yet to have a proper answer because I have a problem where like I like too many things, like too many foods and like too much stuff. So I really don't know. I've tossed up the idea of like just ordering so many nuggets that's how I die. Instead of like actually dying from the lethal injection or the electric chair or whatever the fuck, I'll just die from overdose of nuggets. Or just like, I don't know, hey. There's so many foods I really like. I have a hard time. Or like chocolate and like popcorn and chocolate. Popcorn and Maltesers. Just fuck me up with that. I don't know. I don't know, man. I said I've thought about it a lot and it's just not helped me because I still can't decide on what my last meal would be.
That's fair. Wait, but do you have a drink?
Yeah, something alcoholic. I'd probably go like a massive like fruity cocktail.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So is that popcorn and chocolate your final answer?
With a massive fruity cocktail.
That's a way to
Just
go
have
out.
a sugar overload. Yeah.
Maybe you'll die
Solid.
from the sugar overload.
Yeah.
That'd be a way to go. Okay.
Better than lethal injection.
Yeah.
Races on my terms. God damn it.
Going out happy. Yeah.
Add the nuggets on too. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Of course. The more the merrier. Let's go. So, if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
The Simpsons.
Simpsons?
That
was
was
quick.
so
Straight up.
quick.
That was very quick.
Yeah. Since
So you've
I've been a kid, that's literally, I used to, you know, when you get like wish chips in a packet of chips, and like any chip that's like folded over is like a wish chip, and you make a wish when you eat it.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That's the thing. Well, at least for me, maybe I just made that up as a child.
It's fine. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah, one of my constant wishes was that I wished I was in The Simpsons and that I could live in The Simpsons.
Have you
So
thought
fun,
about that
no.
question too, in your free time?
No one's ever asked me that before.
No.
Oh.
That was just something I always knew that's what I wanted.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person we've spoken to has said the most important question.
Okay.
What is your favorite color?
Purple.
Specific
Solid.
shade.
Specific shade. I like the like a dark purple, I think.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah,
Solid.
or like
Nice.
electric-y kind of purple.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
I guess I'll plug the album. Probably should.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
Maybe.
I? Yeah, we got a new album. It's called Pink Elephant. Came out on August the
7th.
Fucking thanks.
Nice job, Shane.
came out in the year of COVID. That's all I care about. Yeah, thank you for listening, and thank you for being open to it and liking it.
Yeah. And thank you for coming on the podcast.
Anytime. Your
thank
questions
you.
are fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Bonnie from Stand Atlantic, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.